What's up, kings and queens? It's Dan from Daft Previews, and we are back again. It is in-season tournament time. I got a lot of picks. There's only 2 games, but quite a few picks for you. So buckle up. Let's go.
Sub to the channel cause your boy's getting busy. Coming to you live from the west side of Sydney. We've got the free picks and the juice and the daily. It's all free, you don't even have to pay me.
All right. Quite a few picks in this one, but I do want to kick it off with a bit of accountability. It's been a few days since our last video. We did go 1 from 3. We had Capella over 19.5 points and rebounds. Absolutely crushed it. Our same game didn't work well at all. Valanciunas got stuck on 1 assist, and Zion was stuck on 3 for ages. And our value play on Jabari Smith didn't work out. He went unders in points, overs in rebounds. Wasn't really close, so I finished the day minus 1.14 units, taking our season total to 38 units of profit and almost 20%. I did have quite a good day on the single bets, but a lot of it was placed into the Discord, unfortunately. I did drop a few in the comment section of the video, but I'm not too sure of how many people would have seen that, so won't add any of the winners to this one. But nevertheless, we've got a new opportunity here. In-season tournament quarterfinals kick off tomorrow. Only 2 games. Normally, I wouldn't have this many players, but I actually found a little bit of value. So hopefully you guys like it. If you do like the pick, smash that like button. Let me know in the comment section what you think. Are you going to be supporting? Are you going to be fading? Let me know. Drop anything in the comment section. It is going to help us out. But let's kick it off with the first game. And my very first pick's on Tyrese Halliburton. I know a lot of people have been loving this bloke, but where I've been making money off Tyrese is on this. We're taking his under 10.5 assists in this game. He's gone under in 3 straight games, and it's been quite fruitful for me to play. Overs in points, unders in assists. Today, we're not taking his overs in points. We're just looking at his unders in assists. And why is that? So I think the first thing to really call out is that he's sick at the moment. He's got an upper respiratory infection. He's a game time decision. Given the importance of this game for the Pacers, I think he is going to play, but I think that's going to impact his ability overall. So other reasons why I like this pick, the Boston's defense. They allow the second least amount of assists to point guards so far this season. Halliburton has gone under in 3 straight games against Detroit, Portland, and Miami. Trae Young and LaMelo Ball, who I often compare to Halliburton, they both went well under their assist lines when they played Boston. Like I said, he is a little bit sick. Elimination game in the in-season tournament. Hopefully we see a better defensive effort from the Celtics in this one. I think that 10.5, if you looked at his season, yeah, it's probably about right. But given the matchup, given the importance of this game, I think it might be a little bit too high here. I don't think we see the game played at the Pacers' pace, but only time shall tell. 2 more picks within that game. Next one is on Jason Tatum, over 29.5 points. So specifically loving this one because for those of you in Australia, if you've got double, they've actually got his line 1 point lower than the rest of the books, and you can get that for $1.88, which is pretty juicy. Now, Jason Tatum, he has covered this line in 3 of his last 4 games against the Pacers, averaging 34 points per game in those matchups. The Indiana Pacers, they also allow the most points in the paint per game this season by a very long margin. I've mentioned that on this video before. Jason Tatum obviously ranks number 1 in points in the paint for the Boston Celtics, almost 10 per game. The Pacers also allowing the 6th most points to power forwards on the season. Now, Jason Tatum, if you're looking at his recent form, it's pretty bad. He's only covered this line in 37% of games this year and only 3 of his last 10. With Porzingis out of the lineup, in-season game, I think the Boston Celtics are going to shorten up their rotation, meaning they'll probably only play 7 to 8 players, which means Tatum should get more minutes, more opportunities, and hopefully shake off this funk. If you're looking at his stats, comparing him year on year, it's only a slight decrease in terms of shot attempts, free throws, and the like. But he is shooting a higher field goal percentage, a higher 3-point percentage. So I do think he's more than capable enough to cover this points line. And to get it at 29.5 at these odds, pretty fucking juicy. So liking Jason Tatum to return to some form. Very next play, sticking with the Celtics on this one, we're taking Derek White. Over 14.5 points. So I've called out the Sportsbook here a tab, $1.85. It's about 10 cents higher than the other books. So I was quick to snap that one up. Now, why do we like Derek White in this one? Porzingis, he's been out for 4 straight games. Now, with Porzingis out of the lineup, Derek White has covered this line 3 out of the 4 games, averaging almost 20 points per game. He's covered this in 3 straight games against the Pacers, scoring 17, 22, and 18 points. The Pacers also allow the 4th most points to shooting guards so far this year. He's also going to most likely see the Buddy Hield matchup. So not only has Buddy Hield been playing better as of late, it's resulting in more minutes for Buddy, less for Mathurin. The difference there is Buddy Hield is a much worse defender than Mathurin is. Looking at recent games, the Pacers, back-to-back games against Miami, that interesting set, they allowed both Josh Richardson and Duncan Robinson to cover their points lines in both of those games. I was going to have a value play out on Derek White, but I wasn't able to get all the markets. But jump into the Discord and you can see what I end up taking. I know that one leg is for him to score 20 points. I think that's $3.70 to $4, depending on where you take him. Just wasn't able to get the others cranking yet. So jump into the Discord if you want to see that one. But that's Derek White. So those are my 3 plays in the first game. The very next game, I'm taking 2 big men, and I've got a same game parlay for y'all. First one, we're taking Jonas Valanciunas over 22.5 points and rebounds. He's covered this line in 4 straight games now, posting 27, 25, 36, and 25 points and rebounds. The Kings, they've been particularly soft in the middle as of late. They allowed both Nikola Jokic and Zubac to record points and rebounds 20% above their lines that were set for those games. Valanciunas, he also has a great record against Domantas Sabonis, recording 26, 23, 21, 31, 31, 32, and 56 points and rebounds, dating all the way back to 2021. So he's pretty much covered this line against Sabonis in 6 of his last 7 games. So liking Jonas to play a little bit more minutes than he usually does and rack up those points and rebounds. And our very next play, we're taking Sabonis. It's not for points and rebounds, but we're taking his assists here. We're getting it for 6.5. It is a little bit short, but I would play this up to 7.5 as well. Reason being is Domantas Sabonis has been great distributing the ball in home games this season. He's covered this line in 6 out of 8 games, and he's averaging 8 assists per game at home. If you compare him to the road, he's only averaging 6 assists on away games. In the 7 games dating back to 2021 against Valanciunas, he's covered this line in 5 of them. The 2 games that he fell under the 6.5 assists, he actually finished on 6, so he wasn't too far off. In the 2 games this year, I like to look at Nikola Jokic to see how he performs whenever Sabonis has a matchup. Jokic managed to rattle off 12 and 18 assists against the New Orleans Pelicans. Now, Sabonis isn't as good a passer when it comes to the center position, although he is the second best at it. He's faced the Pelicans twice this season, recording 8 assists and 6 assists. Both of those games were on the road, and one of them included a 36-point blowout win to the Pelicans. I am expecting this to be a closer game. Sabonis should play more minutes. He's playing at home, where he does a much better job racking up assists. So take Sabonis over 6.5. I'd also play this at 7.5, provided you get close to plus money. But yeah, liking the 2 big men there. And then lastly, we're staying in the same place, but we're just taking Zion Williamson and Brandon Ingram over 20 points each. Found really good odds for this for $2.25 at Tab. In some places, I was getting $1.55 and $1.60. So crazy to see such a massive swing in odds for 2 players who consistently hit 20 points. Firstly, starting with Zion Williamson, he's got an 80% hit rate this season after playing 20 games. 2 matchups against the Pelicans so far, 26 and 25 points in those 2. The Kings also allow the 7th most points to power forwards this season. I was going to have a stab at his individual line, but CJ McCollum's back in, I think, and he always tends to go very close to 24 and 25 points. So wasn't willing to risk it on that, but I will take him for 20. Brandon Ingram, he's got a 78% hit rate this season. He's played 18 games so far. He's covered 20-plus points in 6 of his last 7 games against the Sacramento Kings, including the 31 and 23 points in the 2 games played so far this season. So fairly safe, but to get both of those players to score 20 at these odds, I just couldn't miss it, and I had to share it with you all. So that's pretty much a wrap on the pick so far. We've got, how much is that? 6 players, 3 players in each game, which is quite remarkable, really. I never thought I'd find that many, but it's going to be fun. It's good that the NBA is back. That one day off, I could surely feel it. But let me know in the comment section what you think of the plays. If you want to see everything else that I do manage to find and get on, jump into the Discord. You know how we do. Sub to the channel because your boy's getting busy. I'll see you back again tomorrow. We've got a massive slate of games coming up. Not tomorrow, the day after, but I'm sure I can find some value to share with y'all. I appreciate those of you who have tuned in live. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Sub to the channel cause your boy's getting busy. Coming to you live from the west side of Sydney. We've got the free picks and the juice and the daily. It's all free, you don't even have to